Hey guys, it should be Wednesday, and this is going to be today's writing lesson, okay? So if you have not already watched the story about the boy Raymond, the book is called Ish. I posted the YouTube link to be able to watch that story read to you. If you haven't done it yet, it's okay. You can finish this video and then watch it when we're done before you write today. If not, I hope you've already watched it, okay? So in that story, Raymond at the beginning, how's Raymond feeling? Raymond doesn't feel like his work is good enough, right? I believe it's his older brother is like making fun of the picture, the drawing that he's making. He like rips it up and balls it up because he's getting mad and frustrated because he thinks it's really hard. So I wanted you to see that story today because sometimes I think in kindergarten, that's the way we feel about writing. Because writing is very, very difficult, especially when we're first learning. We're learning our letters, we're learning our sounds, we're learning how to read, and then we're expected to put it all together and get it on a piece of paper and get those letters and sounds on paper with all of the different, we talked about it yesterday, your finger spaces, your punctuation, your sight words, those types of things, okay? So today I really wanted you to think about, I know we get frustrated and I know we get mad, okay? Think about Raymond. If he would have given up, if he wouldn't have gone into his sister's room and saw those pictures hanging up, what would have happened? I'm just giving you a second to think about it, giving you a second to answer, okay? So you guys are capable of more than you think. When we first started writing at the beginning of the year, and I'm gonna guess Mrs. Lewis talked about the same thing, that when we first become writers, sometimes our words aren't perfect, but we can really tell our stories through what? Through our pictures, okay? That does not mean that you can just draw pictures and not write any words, but sometimes, and we even do it as readers, right? When you're reading a story and say you get to a tricky word that you don't understand or you can't read that word, we look at the picture for help, right? And that picture helps us. That's something we talk about in a reading group a lot. Think about that same thing in writing. So Miss Reed and Miss Lewis, we can read your writing, but maybe you do a writing and you give it to grandma and maybe grandma can't read what you write. Do you think that if you took your time and you worked really hard, like Ish, right? And you spent a good time on your picture and you took time to make sure that you could see what was going on in your story from your picture, is that gonna help your reader? Would that help grandma? Okay, so I have this paper that is in a binder. I don't know why I didn't take it out. It says I can draw too, okay? And sometimes you guys don't think that you can draw, and we can, because we can do all of these things, okay? We can draw sticks and circles, boxes. We all know how to color. This is a setting. We don't need to talk about settings yet. But these pictures, the trees and stuff, are they just using lines or circles or different shapes, right? We talk about that, right? About the details in our pictures, that when we draw people, we need to make sure that, sorry, I just got a text on my phone and I'm doing the video in here. It went up. We make sure that our people have eyes and nose and mouth and ears and all those little details in our pictures, right? We are big, we are kindergartners, we are able to add those details in our story. So today when you are writing, I really, really want you, okay, to go back into that journal. And when you, remember, when you illustrate, that means drawing your picture at the top, okay? When you illustrate, I want you to do your best, just like in the book Ish, okay? Be just like Raymond. Do not give up. Work hard, okay? 2 to 3 sentences about something that you've done before. It's narrative writing. Write the sounds that you hear. You do not have to spell every word correctly. Write the sounds that you hear. Have your finger spaces, your punctuation. I got some pictures yesterday from some of your families sending me the work that you did in writing, and I was so impressed. And I honestly think, guys, that this is going to be one of those things that if you're at home and you're doing your writing and there's an adult right next to you to help you the whole time every day, you're going to do awesome in writing, okay? Because sometimes at school, am I able to sit right next to you the whole time while you're writing? No, you're doing that independently at your seat. And I think you guys might have some better writings because you have someone there at home to help you with that writing. So keep up the hard work. If it gets tough and frustrating, don't give up, okay? And keep going in those journals, okay? I love that we have those journals now because not only can I look back and see all the writing that you did, but you can too. And here soon, we might start to go back into our writing, and we might get to add some things into some old stories, and that will be easier to do when we have them in our journals, okay? Keep up the hard work. I'm very proud of you, and get that 2 to 3 sentence story written for me today, okay? All right. Bye, guys.